Hello, my book and wax friends. I am Amber. Welcome to my channel if you're new. Welcome if you're returning. Today's video is a bookish one. It is the 12 Days of Christmas book tag. So when I post this, it'll be less than 12 days left, but this looked like a super fun tag and I wanted to do it. So let's jump into it. Some answers may not be a surprise if you've been here for a while, but some may be a surprise. So let's get to it. So question number one is a partridge in a pear tree. What is your favorite standalone? So I'm trying to do, for the most part, books that I've read in 2025, for the most part, with these answers. And so if we are talking about 2025, I have two books that were kind of tied. The first is one I read in January at the beginning of the year, and that is The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Ali Carter. Such a fun book, was a very pleasant surprise. It was a mystery and a romance, and it was just super fun. So for sure that one. And then the next one I just recently read, and that is Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Brandon Sanderson, which is also a standalone in his Cosmere universe, and I adored it. It was such a fun fantasy, has a sweet romance in it as well, so definitely those two. Okay, question two is Two Turtle Doves. What is a fictional OTP once you're pairing your favorite ship? And this is one that probably isn't going to surprise anyone, like I said, because I talk about this series all the time. But that would have to be Jax, the Prince of Hearts, and Evangeline Fox from the Once Upon a Broken Heart series by Stephanie Garber. I did read this again twice this year. So it counts. And if I'm talking about favorite, like my original favorite ship, the ship that kind of started it all for me in regards to being a shipper, really, has to be Fox Mulder and Dana Scully from X-Files. They are the ones that I like specifically remember being like obsessed about as far as wanting them to get together. And so for sure them, they are what started my whole romantic heart journey. So let me know down below, who was your original favorite ship? If you have one, I am definitely curious about that. Okay, question three is Three French Hens. So favorite trilogy. Again, if we're talking about this year, it is the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy by Stephanie Garber. So I love it so much and will never stop raving about it. So for sure, this trilogy. All right, for Calling Birds, for question number 4 is your favorite fictional beast or creature. So I have two for that. The first one is Windweaver, which is from the book The Grace of Wild Things by Heather Fawcett. It is a middle grade book, a reimagining, like a witchy reimagining of Anne of Green Gables, which is one of my all-time favorite series. So Windweaver was a little raven, or no, I think he was a crow in that book, and I adored him. And then the second one is Huck from Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson, and he was a rat, and I did really adore him too. So for sure, those would be my answers. Question 5 is 5 golden rings. Show 5 golden books. So I don't have very many golden books at all. This is the best golden book stack that I could get. One is a little golden book, so Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And then the goldenness of the edges of this one from the special edition of Twilight. And then this is Mostly Gold from the Fairy Loot version of Alchemy of Secrets, and there is a lot of gold on the cover as well. So that's got to do, because I don't have 5, that 3. So that's got to do for that question. I was just happy that I found any at all. All right, number 6 is Six Geese a-Laying, A Rotten Egg, ... What's your least favorite book? So for this past year, since we're in December, I'm counting this one, and that is Kingdom of Sweets. And who wrote that? I'm going to see who wrote that again, because I cannot remember. Oh yeah, Erica Johansson. That I very much disliked that book. And it's supposed to be like a Nutcracker reimagining, but it is definitely not holiday Christmassy. It's a dark book. It feels more suited to Halloween rather than Christmas. And I very much disliked all the characters in that story. There was no redeeming character at all, I felt like, in that story. So that one for sure. But then if we are getting technical about 2020, just sticking to books from 2025, then the next one would have to be Daughter of Fair Verona by Christina Dodd. I didn't like this one at less than Kingdom of Sweets, but that is probably my least favorite read of everything that I've read fully this year. I DNF books. I'm not afraid to DNF books, but if we're talking about books that I've read fully, then that one would probably be my least favorite as far as technically in 2025. All right, the next one is 7, which is Seven Swans of Swimming. Show a book with water on the cover. So I have 2. I picked 2. I have A Forgery of Fate, which is by Elizabeth Lim. This is Fairy Loot. I'm pretty sure Fairy Loot. Oh, no. This is Owl Crate. This is Owl Crate edition. As you can see, there is water. And then I also have A Water Moon by Samantha Sotoyambao. And as you can see, all the water, so pretty, still one of my favorites as far as books covers go. All right, for question 8 is 8 Maids of Milking. What fictional food do you wish you could taste? So I was trying to think. I couldn't think of anything specific, like from books, but A Dark and Secret Magic, a lot. There's like recipes even at the end. The mother of the main character was a kitchen witch, and so she had a lot of special recipes, and that the main character ended up making as well. And so, like Aunt Sophia's cinnamon cookies, there's tea recipes, Ban banana bread. So when they were talking about all the food in this book, I was like, oh, those sound really good. And so I'm tempted to even maybe try some of these recipes that are at the end of this. So this is A Dark and Secret Magic. I didn't say who the author was, I don't think, by Wallace Kinney. And highly recommend this book. It was so fun, but definitely a Halloween book, but a cozy fantasy Halloween book. So that would be my answer for that question. All right, for question 9, 9 ladies dancing, favorite dance between 2 characters. So if we're talking books, it would be from Mistborn, that would be Vin and Elend. They do share a dance in the first book, or maybe a couple dances. And then also Jax and Evangeline in The Ballad of Never After, which is the second book in the series. So, but favorite dance from a movie, since there are some movie questions in this as well, so I wanted to include this, is Strictly Ballroom. Sorry for the glare. And this is a dance that takes place between the two main characters towards the very end of the movie. I highly recommend this movie. If you watched this movie, let me know down below. I love it. It is such a fun movie. It's kind of documentary style. Baz Luhrmann is the creator of it. It's so good. And so, yeah, for sure, strictly ballroom. Then for question 10, 10 Lords of Leaping, favorite book to movie adaptation. So I also included 2, although technically there's more than 2 because one is a series. But the first one is Sense and Sensibility, the Emma Thompson, Alan Rickman, Kate Winslet version. Adore this movie so much. I was deciding between this one and Emma, the Gwyneth Paltrow Emma, which I do love too, but I decided to choose Sense and Sensibility because the love story is just so sweet, although Emma cracks me up in Emma. So love this one. It's an awesome version, highly recommended. But my all-time favorite book to movie adaptation has to be the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Adore this. And look, they even look like books. I have the special extended edition of the movies because that's the only way you can do it. It's the best way to do it. But I adore this, and I think it's time for a rewatch. I've been thinking about rewatching. I haven't watched them in a while, so I think it's time for a rewatch here soon. The next question is question 11, 11 Piper's Piping, favorite book to movie adaptation soundtrack. There's so many soundtracks that I really enjoy, but the ones that came to mind for me originally really got me into a bunch of different bands, not only from the movies, but because the author would always post playlists as her books released, and that would be the Twilight Saga. So all 4 movies have amazing soundtracks. And then Stephanie Meyer, I was going to say Garber. No, that's my other favorite series. Stephanie Meyer, as she released books, she would always have a playlist. I feel like she was one of the original ones as an author to create playlists for her books. And I got into Muse and Blue October and a bunch of other bands I discovered because of her. So for sure, have to choose that. Okay, last question. 12 Drummers Drumming. It's the end of the song. What's your favorite book ending? Oh, so many book endings are really good, but the one that came to mind for me, one of the, I feel like, most perfect endings, it's making me tear up now even, that has a lot of heart. It's happy. It's bittersweet. It's tearful. And that would be The Infernal Devices. So this is the final book, Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. I feel like it was a perfect ending to the trilogy. I absolutely loved it. I love the whole series. This is my favorite from her Shadow Hunters world. I will always reread The Infernal Devices, even though the others, I enjoyed the others, but I don't ever feel the need to reread those, whereas these, for sure, because they are so good. So that is it, you guys. Please let me know down below in the comments if you have any answers to these questions, or if you feel like doing your own book tag on this. For sure, feel like I tagged you. I know December is a very busy time, so it is hard to get to these things. So I'm not going to tag anyone specifically, but if you get a wild hair and want to do it, for sure tag me so I know and I can watch your video. So thank you so much. I appreciate all of you, and thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. I do appreciate those of you that watch and are subscribers. All of that helps out my channel. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and Merry Christmas. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.